Star Trek can resolve two lingering issues in one go by bringing back William Shatner as James T. Kirk, but not as we know him. Plenty of familiar faces have made the voyage home to Star Trek over the past 20 years. From Leonard Nimoy's Spock, creating a bridge between the old and new in 2009 Star Trek reboot, to the cast of The Next Generation reuniting in Star Trek Picard Season 3. Conspicuous by his absence has been William Shatner, who is yet to reprise his iconic role as James T. Kirk in any official Star Trek movie or TV show since his character died at the end of 1994 Star Trek Generations. Kirk's death does pose somewhat of a stumbling block to any potential return for Shatner. Fortunately, the wonderful world of Star Trek harbors many mechanisms and methods via which dead characters can resurface, and Shatner himself has teased his long-awaited Star Trek comeback coming sooner rather than later. The real question is how best to make that happen. One way William Shatner could slip back into the guise of James T. Kirk for a final time is as the future version of Chris Pine's Kirk from the Kelvin timeline in the upcoming Star Trek IV movie. Immediately, this route brings several major benefits. Chief among them, Star Trek would avoid having to reconcile Shatner's latest appearance with Kirk's death in Generations. Playing the Kelvin timeline Kirk would completely negate the need for retcons, Nexus shenanigans, paradoxes, or any other Sky-Fi get-out-of-the-afterlife free card. The casting would make canonical sense too. The Kelvin timeline altered Star Trek's history, but didn't alter the actual biology of the main characters. Watching Star Trek's 3 Kelvin timeline movies, audiences are supposed to believe that the younger versions of Kirk and Spock look the same as their counterparts in the Prime timeline used to. When Zachary Quinto stands opposite Leonard Nimoy in Star Trek 2009, the former is intended to represent what Nimoy's youthful Spock looked like prior to the original series, and the same goes for Pine and Shatner. The concept of a 93-year-old Shatner portraying Pine's Kirk in his twilight years checks out logically, then, but it also works from a thematic standpoint. If Star Trek IV does ever happen, it will almost certainly be the last entry for the Kelvin cast, given how much the project has struggled over the past 9 years since Star Trek Beyond. Just as Leonard Nimoy's Spock was there at the genesis of the Kelvin movie series, William Shatner's Kirk can be there at the end, creating a poignant full-circle moment.